What's around that corner? Let me take a 2-3 hour detour.
Yeah.
I wonder
right.
if I can get to the top of that mountain.
And you know, you said just like, I'm just gonna look around this corner real quick. There's no
Just
real
real quick.
quick. You look around the corner, you're like, oh, what's over there? Oh, what's over there? And then 4 hours later, you're deep, like, way off track of what your original mission was.
Welcome to Cue the Score, presented by Paper Wings Music, which is us. My name's Rhett.
I'm Seth.
We're brothers, we're composers, and in this podcast, we review music from movies and video games to better understand what makes for good scores. And in this episode, it's another big one. We're going into Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Ooh, very excited about this.
Yes.
I'm a pretty big Zelda nerd. Just to show you how much I snuck the Triforce into my tattoo. Just subtle, just in there. But yeah, we're huge Zelda fans. I think we actually, Seth got a Super Nintendo for Christmas, and I got Zelda Link to the Past.
Yeah.
For the same Christmas. So it was kind of like a joint gift. Mine was lesser, but I don't know. The game was... but,
Can't play the system without the game.
that's true. I think we watched our brothers play like the original Zeldas.
I remember playing the original Zelda.
Yeah.
Zelda 1 and Zelda 2.
Yeah, I only beat it like retrospectively, like much later on an emulator.
Yeah.
But... yeah, probably our big one was Link to the Past on Super NES.
Yeah.
And since then, they just keep on putting out bangers.
I think the original Zelda, one of the OG open world video games, is what started it all.
For sure. Yeah. And I think it's going to be exciting to dive into the music of this because from Breath of the Wild, they really took nods to the original of that open space, go figure it out, you're on your own kind of feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
And then they kind of were able to add on to that in Tears of the Kingdom. I think Breath of the Wild... they did such an amazing job with this sparse music thing where there's so much empty space and the music that's actually played that gives you that desolate vibe. They continue it in this, but this one, the world is a bit more lived in, so they were able to give a bit more music in this one. So we get to really explore some really cool themes in this.
Yeah, very excited.
So what we're going to do, we can't include everything. It would be hours and hours long. So we're going to do the sky theme. We're going to do the ground theme. We're going to do the depths theme. We're going to do Link, Zelda, Ganondorf, and all four sages. So we have plenty of stuff to dive into here.
Very excited. Let's do this.
Yes. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum. Oop. I'll cut it right there. Copyright. So we're starting in the sky, and we're going to start with the sky theme, which is high altitude.
There's so much empty space.
So yeah, just straight off the bat, you get that same Breath of the Wild vibe. They're continuing that empty space, which is so like you're exploring and just hearing these sounds as you go. So you feel, like you have physical space around you, and I think it's one of the coolest things about this is, and I even saw this in an interview, that they said they thought that this was such a cool way to include the sound design, birds and whatnot, to play with the music.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very cool. I mean, it's very minimalist. It feels very open. There's lots of silence and sustain. You know, it's almost like the musical air pressure feels thin because you're at such a high elevation.
Yeah, that's a cool way of saying it. But I really like that. I mean, they're using. I mean, this is like. This is pretty much all woodwinds. There
Yeah.
might be some strings in it, maybe later, but for the most part, I think this is just like this is just woodwinds, some high winds, maybe later like a bassoon or something. But it's
Yeah.
all that wind instruments, you know,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is very obviously excellent representation of the sky high altitude theme.
Yeah, definitely. Get a little bit more musically there.
It's progressing. We're getting more in there, more chords. And more woodwinds. There's more instruments in it as we progress.
Yeah.
The cool thing is it's so spread out, but if you keep following it, when you're playing the game, I think it's easier to kind of not appreciate how the phrasing does continue. It's not completely random. So if you were to take out all the spaces, of all of this, like there's still a structure to it. It's just like so spread out that you might not always notice it, but it is progressing and the tone is shifting. And I think it's very important to note that like you're giving this like, oh, this magical sky realm, but at the same time, this kind of like desolate, decrepit, you know, run down temples.
Yeah.
So you have this like kind of sorrowful, you know, going back and forth between wonder and, oh, the history of what happened here.
And even within those phrases, you know, you have these short little phrases that are spread out, and those phrases are a call and response, if you notice. You know what I mean? So one kind of goes up, and then the other one comes down. They're just spread out, so it's a little bit less noticeable. But you do still get that call and response.
Yeah. And I think that's why this is, in my opinion, I think that's why this is working so well, because of that call and response.
Yeah.
But you also have like parts that are a little more full, and then you have these parts that really are restrained back and like, you know, really like they're holding it. And it's so
they're
gentle.
They feel very delicate.
Yeah.
You know, they're just very, you know, like you said, it's restrained, very delicate. This is a kind of a ruins that we're walking through, but it's also kind of sacred ground.
Yeah.
So holding that balance within the music is really cool.
Yeah. And obviously there's lots of ways to do that in scoring, but I love it when somebody just takes a bold choice and like, I'm going for it with this idea, and they sold it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's also like, it's not really the same. It's varied. Each time you get like, okay, that similar little phrase or call or response, each time the vibe is slightly different. It's playing on slightly different emotions for each chord. So it's like, you don't know when it's coming, and when it does come, you get this slightly different emotion each time, and it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, and if you notice, it very much avoids a lot of those lower registers. So there's not a lot of low notes in this. It's those upper registers and some mid registers, but I think that's what kind of gives you that airy, flowy, almost weightless like feeling. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Yeah, so very smart how they orchestrated this. It doesn't need, this is another example of it doesn't need to be complicated, it doesn't need to be complex.
Yeah.
You just need a clear idea.
Oftentimes less is more, and this is a perfect example of that.
Way less.
You know, it's interesting because those within those empty spaces, you can almost imagine the sound of the wind blowing in between those musical chords. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I can hear all the sounds. Like
Yeah.
I can hear him like rolling a block over, trying to solve a puzzle, and
His footsteps and the clanking of his armor and
yeah. So I think it's worth saying that even though the sound effects, the sound design is not in the music, it might as well be part of the track.
Yeah. It does such a good job of igniting your imagination while you're listening to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in the end, I just love what they did with this piece. You know, continuing on with that same style from Breath of the Wild of making it sparse, making it feel like you have all this area to go investigate, and kind of a nod to the first one where it's just open world, go figure it out.
Yeah, it very much reinforces exploration of these sky islands. You know, it feels very much like a companion to floating and drifting, and it's not necessarily a force pushing you forward. It's very much just relaxed, tender, kind of sacred, very airy, and just works so good for this this section of the game.
I also like, kind of before we move on, what you said, it's not a force moving you forward, because this is a game where you're like, what's around that corner? Let me take a 2-3 hour detour.
Yeah,
I wonder if I can get to the top of that mountain.
Well, and you know, you just said, just like, I'm just gonna look around this corner real quick. There's no real quick. You look around the corner, you're like, oh, what's over there? Oh, what's over there? And then 4 hours later, you're deep, like, way off track of what your original mission was.
Yeah, for sure. Side quest. Yeah, babe. I'll just gonna check what's in here, and then I'll be done.
10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. 5 hours later.
So now we're moving on to our next kind of sky theme, which would be Tulin, Sage of Wind.
Yes. We get some really cool things happening. This is another one that feels very light. We kind of start with that piano. The piano is a very common thing that you see constantly in this game. It constantly comes back in many of these tracks. And you get these beautiful little flourishes of piano that just plays so well to the openness of this game. And then here we get some really beautiful orchestration that, again, feels very light and airy.
Yeah, I think the piano is definitely doing a great job. There's not too much happening at one time, so you really hear the reverb of like a note carry. So it's
Yeah.
adding to that empty space and kind of like awe. And I think the delicate kind of nature of the instrumentation for this track in particular is doing a really good job at Tulin's pretty young. You know, he's like a kid, and so you have this almost playful, youthful, innocent vibe that this gives, and of course, woodwinds coming in on the main part, where again giving that air, giving that wind vibe
Yeah.
to it.
Right. Very playful here.
And that's it.
Very short, but it feels nimble. It's fast. It's uplifting. You know, it's like I said earlier. It's very playful, but it has a heroic quality to it. You know what I mean? Almost
Like it's like that Shire kind of deal where the Hobbit, even you can.
yeah. It's like you can do it. You can do it. Yeah. Really, really cool. You have some really cool runs in there, some really cool arpeggios that really kind of mimic gusts of wind in this case,
Yeah.
which is really, really effective.
And I like those like trills
Yeah.
that gives
Yeah.
you that like almost like morning breaks. You know?
Yeah. And you get this feeling of constant movement in this, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean he can fly, so it has to have this like swift moving with the wind kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And I also love that they, for the Rito in general, all these bird people, they keep using the accordion kind of as like the heart of this sound of their people, of their culture.
Yeah.
So that accordion, also used with air, you know, but gives that kind of like village vibe. It's such a cool idea to include the accordion in there to kind of like you're in the air, but it's also like grounded in like just our humble town,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and I think overall this does a great job of establishing his identity as the sage of mobility, right? It's kind of like the musical equivalent of flight and freedom. And I think this track does a great job of that.
Agreed. So moving on to Reaching for Her Hand, which in our purposes, we're using this as Zelda's theme representation because there's not really like a track like Zelda's theme in this one. But this heavily uses, this is a big explosion of her theme in part of this track. And if you know the story, which we're not going to spoil anything, even though, you know, it's been out for a while, but you know that this belongs in the sky, not on the ground. So for Reaching for Her Hand, the first half is more the main theme, and then it goes into Zelda's Lullaby. So we're actually going to start it in the middle here because we're going to cover the main theme later, kind of as Link's representation.
Much bigger than the other tracks that we've listened to so far. This feels big. It's orchestral. It's much more epic. You get less of that sparseness, of that
Not sparse at all.
Yeah, definitely. This feels big, you know. And the orchestration is really cool.
Yeah, and this is arguably top two biggest moments of the whole game. So go play it. I'm not gonna tell you, but it's a big deal. Yeah, it's amazing that they can have this sparseness and then at these big moments just unleash full orchestra. And the cool thing is they're doing Zelda's theme at the second half of this, and the main thing is these strings carrying the melody, not like horns.
Yeah.
Because it's Zelda's personality. Zelda is not necessarily out there fighting with a sword. It's her story's more emotional. Her story's, more, she's always about sacrifice and having these sweeping strings kind of like get your heart. It's such a good choice.
And it feels big, but at the same time it feels very tender and vulnerable. It has this quiet strength underneath it. It's it's kind of like it's longing and devotion kind of all wrapped in sound, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's very effective.
It has these, lyrically beautiful flowing lines, and it has notes that kind of resolve with little ache.
Oh, that's good.
It's
Little ache.
It creates this beautiful emotional pull.
Yeah.
So
that's quite overwhelming, actually.
Yeah.
You get that old school original Zelda theme.
Yes.
In there. Bum bum bum.
Beautiful callback right there.
Yeah.
That just kind of, for those who played the original games, is such a nostalgic
gut check. One other thing about the instrumentation, even though it's like mainly these sweeping strings, you do have call and response of horns underneath, giving like these response melodies that's really like, yes, the main vibe is very emotional, achy, but then it has that heroicism underneath as well. It's such a cool balance with the brass supporting, not taking the lead role.
Yeah, and you have some beautiful woodwind runs in the background that don't really call much attention to themselves. It's very light, it's very flowy, and even with this track as big as it is, it doesn't feel overwhelming at all.
Which is good composing when you can make sure that your ideas are focused. Even if you have a lot going on, you can still take all of that and focus it somewhere rather than cool idea. Now they kind of all work, but I don't know what to listen to or focus on.
Yeah, and I think one thing that we'll see when we get into Link's theme is this one is much more harmonically richer than Link's theme is. And it's more emotionally nuanced.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so that wraps up our tour of the sky. And now we're coming down to ground level. And ground level has the most themes to go through, for sure.
Yeah.
And so we'll start with the ground theme, which would be Field Day.
We got that piano back in this one.
Sparseness again. Man, yeah, I mean, this one is taking a lot of cues from Breath of the Wild, obviously. Probably some of the
Yeah.
most recognizable. Those seemingly random piano notes
Yeah.
with the most beautiful of chords. This
Yes.
is like, I feel like you have some exploration vibes up top. You got some exploration vibes down below. But this
Yeah.
one, I think, is the purest form of just curiosity and explore. I, yeah, it's so good. And I think it's also important to note that with this piano, right from the beginning, you get lower notes that you didn't get in the sky, as
Yeah.
you know, in the sky theme
Yeah.
that grounds you. It brings you down to the ground.
Yeah, it feels very grounded, and I like that you said it's calming because it very much is, and it's almost like it's familiar. Like this is Hyrule's heartbeat, right?
Yeah.
And it's just it's simple. It's got lots of space, and it doesn't push a melody on you. It lets the environment breathe, so to speak.
Suggests, maybe. Yeah. Suggests a melody.
Yeah.
And I also like that you can hear like the hammer in the piano, like thunk.
Yes.
know?
That's very cool. It feels much more intimate and close
Yeah.
when you can hear those hammers of the piano.
Yeah, so in that vibe, I'm getting that intimate and grounded vibe that I can feel the weight more. Up
Yeah.
top, everything's lighter, so it feels airy. And now I feel like, now our footsteps are on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our weight is in the ground.
I like that. Good way to put it.
Still got that curiosity.
It almost feels meditative.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And when you say that, it's like just thinking about the vibe of it as a whole, it all feels respectful and meditative, and I guess it's the first one that has like the shrines have like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm forgetting this, but like you even have those guys at the end of the shrines that are like literally dead and meditating.
That's right.
Not that it's the same theme, but like you get that throughout the game
Yeah. Yeah.
or the last game.
The Sheik? They called the Sheik?
The Sheik, yeah,
I don't remember.
Sheikah tribe.
Oh, that piano is so beautiful.
It's amazing. It's just fire, man. Yeah, the thing I just am so impressed with is like this was purposely made to not be looping. You know, it's designed for the player's imagination to fill the silence.
Yeah.
And not having like a very clear call and response here. There is a call and response, but the melody is not like clear.
Yeah.
And for it to be so beautiful and nice to listen to, it's just like, how do you make such seemingly randomness sound so fulfilling? This is amazing.
Yeah. Well, and this music within the game, it does such a great job of letting the natural world feel alive rather than overwhelming it with music. You just
Yeah.
have these little bits of beautiful notes and melodies and chords that just add so much to what you're feeling throughout the game.
Yeah, and I can't tell you how many times, like, if it was just bum bum, just music going, you wouldn't have that effect. Which I can't tell you how many times I'm going through da 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 da, and then I hear like little bokoblins like, and I'm like, wait, there must be a little pack of bokoblins around,
Yeah.
and I guess I'll go over there and take out their base. So it's like you wouldn't have that, like, oh, what do you hear over there? Go investigate. It wouldn't lend to that.
Yeah. This track really does a great job of continuing kind of the Breath of the Wild's philosophy of that negative space in music. Instead of telling you how to feel, it creates room for discovery and reflection. And it's just absolutely beautiful. I love this piece.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's no wonder why the original, caught fire with so many people when they heard it. It's just like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's so beautiful.
And it's just so simple. And I think that's part of the beauty of it, is it's so simple that it just grabs you.
Okay, and with that, we'll move on to another main one, which is the main one. This is the main theme, and for our purposes, we're using this kind of as Link's, the representation of Link, even though, again, he doesn't have a theme per se, but I feel like if there was one track that does represent him, it would be the main theme.
Yeah.
Oh man, just this beginning. Obviously, this is more on the the Ganondorf side, But
Yeah.
like this introduction of this kind of like reversed audio,
Yeah.
kind of has this demonic kind of vibe,
Kind of weird. It's kind of funky.
and this kind of like da 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 da. This cool, it's
Yeah.
got this rhythm that's kind of getting things moving and giving a vibe at the same time.
Yeah.
So you kind of know, as a main theme, this is like telling you like this is part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, very true. Oh. You're right into the main theme there.
Okay, we got to come back to that. We got to come back to that. We got to talk about that in a second. Yeah. So let's talk about that main breakout first, and then we'll listen to that next part because it's so good.
Yes.
So the first part, that breakout into the main theme, I mean, melody is amazing. Like super catchy, super easy to hum, which is good advice for melody making. Is if it's hard to sing and hum, it doesn't pop in your head. It's probably not a great theme in general. That's not a 100%, but rule of thumb, anyways. And that has it very bold, very heroic. There is a little, that it's probably more heroic and straightforward than Zelda's theme. But you're mixing now the strings and the horns carrying that melody.
Yeah.
This is your hero moment, man.
Yeah, you got this full orchestral moment here. You know, like you said, you got the brass and the strings and percussion in full force here. But at the same time, it's very intimate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's noble, it's steady, it's resilient. I think this track is much less about grandeur
Mm-hmm.
and more about determination.
And like you said, kind of, it is intimate in a way that, like, it seems personal. And, like, even in some of the instrumentation, like, some of those, like, woodwind instruments, like, must be like a piccolo or something, that's just, like, by himself, like, saying, I'm here to, that, no, and you hear the solo piccolo player in the back
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
as opposed to a whole woodwind section playing that note.
Yeah.
Yeah, so freaking cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And we get a really cool introduction to an instrument here. Which is really, really cool. Such a cool instrument.
Eru?
Yeah, it's like the Eru. I'm sure we're probably not saying that right, but what a cool instrument. It
Yeah,
just
this Asian
sounds
instrument
so
is.
cool.
Yeah, this Asian instrument that's coming in here, this Eru. Let's listen to that.
And those piccolos that come in right there.
That is amazing. Yeah, between
so
the Eru.
cool. I love this. Oh my gosh.
If somebody was like in a whole like orchestra and then you have this unexpected like, okay, Eru solo, hit it. Like this dude is going
It just
nuts
takes
on
the
this
lead.
thing.
And then you have those piccolos that kind of come in. Oh, it's just so beautifully done.
Yeah, that call and response or playfulness between the Eru and the woodwinds.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so active and playful, and the drums are coming in kind of more militaristic or marching now. So
Yeah.
it's interesting that it's not like this is such an interesting piece, maybe my favorite, because it's so unique and we haven't heard much of it before in other places. It's like, okay, you got the hero moment marching. Okay, bring in the brass. But it's like, no, we're gonna do Eru rocking out and these little woodwinds, kind of going nuts with the drums going. It is such a unique sound.
Yeah.
And it's exciting.
It's so cool. I mean, you have these ascending intervals with this sturdy rhythm of the percussion. It's like it feels like it's pushing forward through obstacles one step at a time. You have to overcome this, and now you have another obstacle. Now you got to get through that. Now you got another obstacle, and you just keep pushing forward. As I think this track is really just about determination. You're just pushing forward one step at a time until the very end.
And the other thing I'd like to point out is really cool. Usually, a lot of these game companies are like in Japan and whatnot. However, they're always using more Western like orchestra, kind of sound.
Yeah.
But it's so nice that they really put a lot of Asian sounds in this game from Breath of the Wild and this one. So it's kind of nice. Like, yes, there's a lot of still, I mean, I don't think it's fair to call Western orchestra Western anymore, but we just don't include the Asian instruments in our orchestra over here. And so for them to kind of like make that decision of, you know what, we're going to put quite a bit of Asian sounds, even art or culture into, the towns and the themes and stuff.
Which I think
good for
adds
them.
to the culture of within the game, right? And developing these fictional people. It does a really good job of that, I think.
Yeah.
So cool.
Full orchestra here.
Oh, that saxophone is so cool.
Dude, that sax. So unexpected.
What a crazy, I mean, this is something you don't see a lot of is saxophone included within a full orchestra.
Yeah.
Right? You don't see that very often. And the fact that it's included in here gives such a cool touch of color to this piece. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, this is going so crazy on the color changes in such a good way. I mean,
Yeah.
you get that eru and you're like vibing in that, and then it does a color change. The melody takes over, the orchestra takes over the melody. So you go from
Yeah.
eru to the whole orchestra, and then you move on to sax, and you're like, whoa, so much ear candy, man. And it's
Yeah.
also unique as opposed to your straight up, like, your straight up fantasy orchestra. It's great, man.
Very, very cool. We got our build.
Oh my gosh, dude! Not only
is so-
is that like that climax, that explosion, not only is that like amazing, but that wood clap and pause right before. Get out of here, man!
Oh my gosh, it's so cool. We get this full orchestral moment, the brass and the strings and the percussion all just driving forward. But yet at the same time, we have this very intimate vibe that kind of lets you know this is Link. This is who he is. We have this noble, steady, but resilient feeling that's less about grandeur and more about determination.
Yeah, I mean, he's very humble and he's a very grounded character. So, like, his personality, I mean, he never speaks, you know, but he's the voiceless hero, but he just does what's required. He doesn't do it for any reward. He just always does the right thing. So, I think, like you said, it's not about the grandeur. It's just determination.
Yeah, we get this nice big brass fanfare here that's just totally awesome. It's just pushing forward and you have that driving percussion. It just feels this. I think this is the part that we really get that sense of adventure. Right? And it's just soaring through and cutting through everything else. It's like this is Link.
Yeah. And it's like an I can moment. Like he can.
Yeah.
We're positive he can.
Yeah.
He does it every era. He does it every reincarnation.
Yeah. I
He'll be
think
fine.
what this piece does really well is it musically paints Link as the steady center of the story. Right? This theme is reliable, it's resilient, and it's a beautiful counterpart to Zelda's more emotional theme.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I like what you said about he's the steady center, because even though this has a little bit of sky, ground, and depths all in this main theme, but like Link's in the center, it still kind of grounds it there in the middle. So I think nice. I don't know. I got no more words for it. Or I got too many words for it.
Yeah. Little key change right there.
Cool. That's
Oh, it's so cool. And then
a
we kind of
good
get into
bookend
another
there.
theme there, but
Yeah, kind of going back into the darker part. Kind of nice bookend to it. But
yeah.
I think nice to note at the very, very end of this. What? You just get that one first part of the Zelda's lullaby, and it doesn't finish it. It just does da da da.
It just like leaves it almost as a question mark. Just like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah. I mean, and when people, this was all also in the trailer, so it's like all that stuff in there just made people go wild.
What a cool piece. If you go back and listen, you'll actually hear quite a few key changes in there. Mm-hmm. That's just super cool and adds to the kind of the resilience of this piece and the determination of Link. Yeah. Just continuing to push forward one step after another to get to the end. Beautiful piece. Very beautiful.
Beautiful. So that should take us to our first sage, Yunobo, Sage of Fire. Let's just take that. Like, that was just a nice flourished, like, introduction.
Yeah.
It's not even like I already know what's coming, but it's not even, I think, into like the Goron side yet. But I think it goes more to his character. Like he's a nice, even though he's a big bear. He's a big teddy bear, really. So actually having this kind of unexpected like whistle in there or high, woodwind, I think it's it's nice that it shows his kind of like sweet nature, and kind of going in, then like going into more of the grandness after that.
Yeah, it's cool. No more horns.
There we go.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, we got some percussion happening. We got those horns coming in. That just makes it feel grand and big, without being overly epic. It just feels like this force that's grounded and just like a rumble of magma and rock.
Yeah, and I think you saying that, it's like the percussion does have like a volcanic mining kind of earthy vibe that I think like some of the sounds, and it almost sounds like there's like a pickaxe in the back somewhere there. And with those horns, there's like horns or brass rumbling underneath, but then there's also the trumpets or trombones that are kind of taking the main melody. It's very characteristic of the Gorons, giving a very clear vibe. And I mean his theme, his motif is like, it has a little bit of a jazzy kind of funness to it.
Nice little light section. It's just a cool little lighter section right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those
Um,
rhythms are really bum bum but da da
yeah,
dun.
it has a very simple harmonic structure,
Mm-hmm.
not in a bad way at all. It works really well for this piece. The way the instruments are working together, and works really well to carry the weight and these really cool ostinatos that really kind of drive the momentum of
Mm-hmm.
the music.
Yeah, and I do think they didn't go like, even though there's like that mining and that uh, kind of earthiness in there, I feel like they didn't go like cartoonishly, like big dumb
Hmm.
oaf, heavy. Like there's enough in there to give it flavor, but there's
Yeah.
plenty to make him seem like the Sage of Fire. He is
Hmm.
one of the big heroes of this story.
Yeah. Right.
I
No,
like
very,
it.
very cool.
Oh, you gotta love that, because again, he is the one of the goofiest characters.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say the goofiest. There's always a lot of goofy characters in Zelda, but like as one of the main people, he's definitely the goofiest sage for sure. So
Yeah.
to have that little extra pop, 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 yeah.
Just this fun, light-hearted section at the end. I mean, I think what this music does so well is it feels grounded, it's forceful, sometimes almost a little clumsy, but it's
Hmm.
always powerful. And there's a kind of a fun, youthful roughness,
Yeah,
which I think matches his character.
yeah. And I think another interesting thing about all the sages is overall, Breath of the Wild, you had four sages, but they were like ancestors.
Hmm.
And that most of them, if I'm not mistaken, or if not all of them, were like older, like adults. In this one,
Oh, yeah.
most of the sages, let's see, the only except for Sidon, the water guy, the Zora, they're all pretty young.
Yeah.
But Sidon also is like, we'll find out later that he's, yeah. So I take that back. All of the sages are pretty young and youthful, and not like war hardened. You know, you know,
Yeah, right.
they do their thing, and I feel like they're all proving themselves in this one, and they have to prove themselves to the old sages because now it's their
Yeah.
turn.
They still have kind of an innocence
Hmm.
that maybe some of the older ones don't have.
Yeah, which I think the music is showing in each
Hmm.
one so far.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's Yunobo, Sage of Fire. Good for the next?
Yep. Let's do it.
All right.
Sage of Water.
Sage of Water. Sidon, Sage of Water, probably my favorite sage. He is so cool. He's the sage that's like they all fight with you, but Sidon is like he's the prince, and he's maybe one of the older ones, but he's like, let's go, Link, I got your back all the time.
Nice.
Okay, here we go.
Get a very different feeling right off the bat for this one. This feels much more regal, more noble. It's calmer. Um, Immediately, it has almost an uplifting anthem quality to it.
Hmm.
We have these flowing strings and these smooth woodwinds. Yeah, really, really cool so far.
Yeah, I like the since this is like the water theme underwater.
Mm-hmm.
I'm remembering to like Ocarina of Time when the Zora were like first shown, and you have this like um, a lot of use of harps and stuff, and I think you have this twinkling nature, you know,
Yeah.
that shows this magical kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool to kind of hear that twinkling, but like you said, it's flowing. These strings are flowing like water,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
he's gonna be very fluid, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be bad character design.
Some really nice harmonies and textures in there.
Yeah, really nice harmonies and textures.
Almost has a lyrical feel to it.
Hmm.
You have these long legato phrases and wave like rising and following contours that's just really, really cool.
Yeah, if you put lyrics to this, da 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 da, like this would be singable for sure.
Yeah.
Which makes
Yeah.
for good melody.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's so cool that like you might think that, I mean, he has a little chip on his shoulder, but at the same time he's so loyal to Link. He has this like very warm-hearted nature about him,
Yeah.
where it's like if you make eye contact, he's gonna be like,
Yeah, he's got,
I got you.
yeah. And his optimism and leadership really kind of shine through the music here, I think, for his personality.
Yeah, I mean, in the game, he does have this character trait that occasionally, when he's feeling quite giddy or adventurous, he always does this grin where he's like, which is really funny, but at the same time, because that's his character trait. When he starts to use it at later times at big climaxes, you're like, oh, there he is. There he is.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I love
So
that they
cool.
also introduced the more militaristic marching to show
Yeah.
when he's ready to fight, he's ready to fight,
Yeah, but even with that, it still keeps that really elegant, flowy nature to it. Even though you have
Yeah.
these like dun 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 dun, dun these marching militaristic drums, it still keeps that flowy nature to it, which is really, really cool.
It's not a gritty like militaristic or it's more of a regal, noble, more like I don't have a direct comparison, but maybe how elves would be flowy and whatnot, even though they're fighting. I think that last part is really cool. It keeps the noble, elegant, flowing, adventurous. Oh, it's really does a lot within that.
It does such a great job of representing Sidon's personality, but also the Zora culture.
Yeah.
Right. It's fluid, it's elegant, it's dignified, and the music really captures that.
Yeah. And now to think about it, I think all of these pieces, especially so far, is doing three things all at the same time, actually. Personality, the representing culture,
Yep.
but it's also representing their calling as the sage. Because they get to this more grand parts, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, really impressive that they were able to pack all that into that.
Yeah. Very cool. Very, very cool.
Love it, love it. So that takes us to Sage of Lightning. Read you.
Sage of Lightning. Very soft opening here. Very Middle Eastern vibes.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, yeah, very Middle Eastern vibes.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds like possibly a Canaan.
Yeah,
I think that's what it's called.
I think that's how
Correct
you say
us
it.
if we're saying that wrong, but
That brown, brown.
that plucked instrument right at the end there. Yeah, really, really cool.
There's such a vibe that it starts off with that piano that I really like. That mysterious, even has a little bit of that noble feel as well, but in a very different way than Sidon's.
Yeah.
But I think important to note, I heard somewhere that like you have these you have like these spaces in between chords or things in different aspects of this song where it's simulating lightning strikes, where it's like brung, grung.
Yeah.
And I think that's a reoccurring thing throughout this whole track is you have this that was the inspiration behind it. Because she's always calling down lightning.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what else is interesting here is it doesn't start off big and powerful like you would think lightning and thunder to be, but it's soft. It's almost elegant, but at the same time, it has like a respectfulness to it.
Yeah. And I think that's
If
like...
that makes sense.
Yeah, totally, totally. I mean, she's like the new leader of the Gerudo. So, and she's young. Again, she's young. We have this theme that keeps coming back in all of these sage motifs where there's an innocence to it because she has a playful nature as well. She like loves the sand and will get completely, tunnel vision into the sand, and I think she has some plush toys as well. But she's also very strong and determined to do her duty. I think what you said about the kind of graceful in those first chords of the piano, like looking at her character design with her curved blades and her kind of acrobatic, sweeping kind of way of moving. It's like, she's got a style about her. She's got a way of moving that, this really first part, it really complements her. And she's got that Pharaoh vibe too. A little bit of voice.
Very Egyptian feel here.
Oh yeah, so good. The fact that it does that, you already get this Egyptian feel in the da-da-da,
Yeah.
da-da-dun-dun-dun. Very singable melody, by the way. But then
Yeah.
the fact that it goes dun da 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 da,
Oh,
yeah,
it's so cool.
it's
It's
so
so
like
cool.
I'm in the desert, I'm in Egypt or whatever.
Yeah, very, very cool rhythms here. Very cool theme.
Yeah, this part I think is really showing, you know, the more majestic I'm the sage, you know, vibe, full strings, but still relying on those Middle Eastern instruments.
We're getting a much more fierce and fast and energetic vibe in the music here. Very different from the opening, the very soft and elegant opening that we had. Now we're kind of getting into that exciting nature of the track that, you know, lightning kind of represents.
Yeah, they said they wanted to have a little bit of a electric energy in this, so I think
Yeah,
it's
definitely
doing.
feeling that here already. Very cool.
That is so cool. Like, book ended well with the bringing the piano back and softening it up again.
Yeah.
But they continue to introduce these, you know, Middle Eastern instruments that just put so much character into this. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I really like this piece.
Yeah, it really, really cool. You have these beautiful rhythms with sudden shifts. You know, it has such a beautiful melodic fragments that kind of dart in and out rather than kind of forming these long lyrical lines. It feels very charged, right? Kind of like what
Yeah.
you were saying before. You feel that in the music, and it's energetic, it's fierce, it's slightly unpredictable, and I think it captures both that feeling of lightning as well as Riju's youthful energy and curiosity. Really, really cool.
And it does make a tie to the Gerudo Valley kind of legendary theme
Yeah.
being reinforced in the song as well.
You get this real sense of strength and intensity throughout this whole piece, which is just really, really cool. And I think that really serves Riju's spirited and fiery personality.
Yeah. And I think we're talking about like the strength that it gives. Like, it's interesting that the Goron Yonobo, you would think that that's the most powerful because it's like earth, rock,
Yeah.
volcanic.
Right.
But it's a different type of strength. And it's like a clunking almost kind of,
Yeah,
like,
right.
it might not be the most graceful, but it's strong enough to break through you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
This one has a different type of, like, more like confident strength, I think.
Yeah.
That is a cool contrast between the two. Like, if she calls down lightning, she's going to have that look, like that grounded, like, yes, I call the lightning. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool vibe.
Yeah.
And again, still following this, like, they all need to prove themselves as younger sages. So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
100%.
reoccurring theme of they're all younger, they're more innocent, and they need to prove to the older sages. These sage themes, I think, are just done so well.
Yeah. They're very cool. Very, very cool.
So that takes us to the depths. So we'll first listen to the depth theme, to kind of see where we're at here.
Yeah.
And then we'll cover the last character theme, which would be Demon King Ganondorf. So first, the depths.
Nice. Oh.
Just that. Let's just talk about that.
This one starts off real powerful, just boom. Oh.
And
very cool.
I can't tell you how many people have talked about this, and we'll talk about it as well. But the moment you discover you can jump down one of those pits, and you fall and you fall and you fall, and then right when you you can see the air change from like ground level, you're falling down the pit, it gets dark, and then you hit like a mist, and then that happens, tick, boom, boom, and it says depths, and you're like,
It's like, oh,
what?
Oh my gosh, you just got this low hit, these low drones, this distorted pulse, and this kind of eerie electronic texture. You know, it just feels deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's really cool, man.
Oh, that sound is so cool.
Yeah. Also sparse, just like the other field themes. And I like that there's that piano in there.
It kind of adds like... that's so cool because it's... You have this dark, almost ominous, oppressive, very alien feeling, kind of like a sound of danger and disorientation. But then you get this light piano notes, which is kind of like a curiosity.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, this is different. Let's see where this goes. You know what I mean? Really, really interesting, kind of the juxtaposition of those two feelings in the same track.
And I think it not only is the track really good, the music's really good by itself, but the fact that it's in this dark place where you can only see so far ahead of you, and you have to you have to go find like beacons of light to like uncover more maps. So it's 100% the most like explorative areas. Not that the other ones aren't, but like you can't even see past a certain point, and it's dangerous. So you literally have to go chart the map to uncover everything.
Right.
So good.
It's so cool.
And those just off sounds just make you feel off kilter.
Yeah, and what's cool is that echo effect on it makes it feel deep.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel like you're in this vast, just cavernous place that just goes on forever, right? You just wham, 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 wham. You're like, oh man, we may not make it out of this.
Yeah, it's really well done. Really well done.
Those sounds are so cool.
And it sounds like we still have some of that like reverse, the reverse sounding audio in there at different parts. Keeping with that kind of darker, you know.
Yeah, I think it definitely adds to that kind of dark, unsettling feeling of where we are.
That's even more dark. You just discovered something
Yeah.
not good.
He's like, oh, what's that? You know, it's interesting because this one is very void of traditional melody, much more sound design. You have
Yeah.
kind of a emphasis on timbre rather than harmony,
Yeah.
which is
For sure.
basically kind of the textures of the sounds that you're hearing rather than the notes themselves.
Yeah. For sure.
Really,
And-
really cool.
And the cool thing about this is, even though it is still that sparse feeling, the way that they choose these timbres and the way that they choose the notes or instruments in this strange way, it functions like as a musical mirror from the sky, because the sky has that sparseness in an open way. There's a lot of open space for you
Yeah.
to explore.
Yeah.
This one has like a claustrophobic darkness to it.
Yeah.
So-
well, that's so cool the way you put that, because you're right. It does feel very claustrophobic, but in a very
Weird way.
vast openness sort of way.
I don't even know how you.
I don't know how you describe that, but it's like, you're right, because it feels dark and closed off because you can't see what's in front of you, but you're in this vast openness of these dark caverns. It's just unsettling in itself. Oh,
Yeah.
so cool. So cool.
It's wild. It creates such an experience when you're.
Yeah, it almost acts like a psychological pressure in a way, right?
Yeah.
The depths are already disorienting, and now you have this music that compounds that sense of dread. Just so cool.
Yeah, that's an amazing piece. That field depths.
Yeah.
Really cool.
You really get these kind of dissonant clusters that hover without resolution. And you're just like, I don't know what's here, but we're gonna find out.
Yeah, there's definitely no melody to that. Very cool.
Really cool.
So then that takes us to our last theme, which is Demon King Ganondorf. This is a very popular theme, actually. Everybody really likes this one. That's a lot of energy, man.
Already, we just have this. It just comes in with this thundering percussion, this low brass, this ominous chanting. It feels ancient. It feels ritualistic. It's so cool.
Yeah, I really like those chants. Giving that kind of, elevated vibe as choir does.
Yeah.
And this kind of, in more of that, like you said, ritualistic cult way.
Yeah.
I love how they're playing the brass. Such bombastic brass.
Yes.
Like there's like boom. You
Oh
can
my
make
gosh.
brass smooth. You can also make brass like sharp and gritty. It's like boom. Ugh. Really good kind of setting the tone for this battle right from the beginning before we even get into themes and stuff.
Yep. Very cool.
There it is. Dude,
there's
there
such
it
like
is.
a chaotic nature to it that just feels, it gets your adrenaline going. You're excited, you're terrified, you're, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you're just, oh, so cool.
Yeah, and this is the part where takes you back to like Link to the Past. That
Yes.
bum ba-dum ba-dum. I think it's also in Link to the Past. I mean, it's in Ocarina of Time for sure.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I forget if Ocarina of Time used that from Link to the
Mm-hmm.
Past, but
Yeah.
that bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum, that's classic, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You just have this terrifying sense of inevitable doom. You
Yeah,
know, there's,
and with the rising chords there, it kind of heightens it each time. So
yeah. Yeah. Very, very cool. Oh,
I'm not sure what theme that was, but we've heard it already.
yeah.
I'm not sure if that's a Tears of the Kingdom theme that we just heard, or if that's another theme from an older game. But like you hear it come in, and even though I can't like point it out, I already feel that like, oh, we're getting epic here, we're getting nostalgic here.
Yeah.
This is the culmination. This is the end.
Yeah, and this part's cool too because we kind of start off really intense, right? We have that strong percussion, those low brass, that choir, and it just feels heavy and thick. And this part, even though it's still driving forward at a super fast pace, you almost get, it's almost kind of like a little bit of room to breathe here because you're,
Yeah, for sure.
the melodies kind of shift here, but it's still throughout this entire piece you just have very little space to breathe. It's just pushing forward unrelentingly. Very,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, I like what you said about I think that percussion is very relentless in not letting you breathe. It's like dum 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 dum
Yeah.
dum dum.
Yeah.
Like it just keeps going, which sometimes can cause too much repetition. But in this case, it just is that pulse that
Yeah.
the
Well,
heartbeat
yeah,
just won't stop.
Yeah, in this piece so far, it's been that one consistent thing that's just driving this piece forward.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
But like you said, there is space for a little bit of breathing room when those strings come, like those sweeping strings kind of come in that theme.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite battle themes are themes that have the heightened, energy because, this is important. We're battling. You want to have that energy pumping,
Yeah.
but at
Yeah.
the same time, to me, there's these sections that allow for storytelling.
Yeah, right.
Not that you're stopping and having, a bunch of talking necessarily
Yeah.
right here, but like you can now imagine where we've come from, where we are now, where we're going, and
Yeah.
kind of what's, what the story, how the story has brought you here and the weight of what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite kind of battle tracks.
Yeah, very, very cool. Those woodwind trills are really cool right there.
And I also really like that this part you get the choir back, but it's like very kind of like minor key, scary,
Yeah.
really kind of, I think that part emphasizing the Demon King Ganondorf. This is scary stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And you get this very primal feeling throughout this track. Just almost like it's something that was carved into the DNA of evil itself. It's
Yeah.
just dark and heavy and oh, very cool.
Yeah, as if like he would like to view himself as a noble, powerful king, but
Yeah.
now his like true monster nature is coming out, and then, forget it.
Yeah, very true. So cool.
So we've just had this whole crazy buildup. That was
Yeah.
insane.
Those swells of that brass just does such a good job of giving you such a heightened awareness. It's like, oh crap, it's getting real.
Yeah, and the playfulness between like woodwinds and strings and percussion, like
Yeah.
just causing some chaos and
Yeah.
movement, causing a lot of movement in the piece.
Yeah.
And then
Definitely.
that swell just lets you go back into that main theme again.
Yeah.
Yeah, really
Oh,
good.
So cool.
I feel like we've really elevated here. I don't know exactly what's happening in the battle. I
Yeah.
know that, you do shift and kind of get, different parts, but this does sound like, I mean, the music has changed.
Yeah.
And you get this duh, duh, duh. I feel like we really elevated here and that we're whatever at the next form or stage or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, those strings. Those strings are so cool. The strings are so
I
cool.
love this part. Yeah.
The
yeah.
strings are so
Everything
cool.
really went hardcore.
You're just like, oh, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, the intensity just went up. The speed of the notes just increased.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really good.
It's just, yeah, this is, I know we've talked so much about how cool this piece is, but it really is just so cool. And I think it's not necessarily, it's not about growth or discovery. It's really about dominion and inevitability. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's his whole thought process. Is like, I am here to conquer. I am here for domination, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Kind of get a heroic vibe right there.
Yeah,
As
right in the
those
middle
horns
there.
kind of come in, they swell and they come up, and you kind of get a little bit of hope right there, I think.
Link just might pull this off. Like straight up horror vibe.
Yeah, you kind of have these weird, awkward melodies that are just kind of eerie and don't sit right. Oh, so cool.
Yeah, they almost sound like they're stalking you.
Yeah.
Heat seeking onto you.
He's like, you're not gonna escape this. There's only one way out. Oh, that's a cool
Like the
section.
organ in there.
You get those reverse notes here too.
That was really good build up. Yeah, like you said, go ahead. The reverse notes.
Oh
in there.
yeah, I think that was a cool callback to those reverse notes here to kind of just add to that darkness and heavy and evil feeling here. Just super, super cool.
Yeah, and I like that when they brought in the reverse notes, they brought in like that organ crazy solo in the back as well, kind of going back to Ocarina of Time. When you arrive at Ganondorf, he's literally at an organ like as an evil king would do.
Yeah.
Davy Jones.
So cool.
All the villains are just playing the organ. Like
Dracula.
at fast speed. Yeah. They all went to school to play the organ.
Yeah. It's the villain instrument. Oh, those stabbing hits are cool.
Yeah. Bam, bam.
Kind of get that hero vibe coming back right at the end. Oh,
Yeah.
This is so cool. This is so
Wow.
cool. Yeah, I think this does such a good job of giving the villain here, Ganondorf, an identity that's elemental as the sages, but it's darker, it's heavier, it's more absolute, right? He knows who he is at this point, while the other ones, they're still young in their journey, so they're still discovering themselves. A lot of them are a little bit more playful, and here it's just domination.
I've been here before. I'll be here again.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're not, in his mind, his playbook is not changing much other than slightly different way to take over, but take over nonetheless.
Exactly. So
yeah.
cool. Oh, man.
And that is the whole kit and caboodle there for what we're going through, kind of going through what we thought were some of the main themes to go through to give you not only an idea of the world, sky, ground, and depths, but also some of the main characters' essence in some of these themes as you go through.
Yeah. Very cool. Let us know which theme was your favorite. Comment down below.
And let us know some things that maybe you noticed that we didn't notice that's kind of interesting for one or a few of these tracks. We'd love to learn as well from our score scholars out there.
There's such an amazing soundtrack to this game. Absolutely beautiful.
Zelda's like one of our favorite franchises. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It's always fun to jump into the next one, feel that nostalgia, and see what new innovations they have and what they've done with our beloved music.
Yes.
Give us a like and subscribe if you could. It really helps us out a lot
Yeah,
if you
definitely.
enjoy this type of content.
Appreciate you guys tuning in. And until next time, cue the score.
Cue the score!
Cue the score.
Boom! Cue the score. Cue the score.